I've always been super excited for Chapter 6. After the mess that was Chapter 5, it seemed like Fortnite just sorta needed a reset. I mean, really, the loot pool wasn't really that good, the map was mediocre at best. Themes were dropped left and right, and it made it just very unfun to play at times. But now, Chapter 6 is officially here, and it's really good. I haven't had this much fun on Fortnite in a hot minute. There are some really good aspects about this, but there are also some bad aspects that I'll get into later. Before we get into that, however, are you extremely ugly?
Yeah.
Do you wish you had banger Fortnite content in your feed weekly?
Yeah.
Well, I have a solution that can solve one of those problems.
What could that be?
Why, it's subscribing to Lil Smurf and using code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop. Subscribing to Little Smurf will ensure that you only get the most quality Fortnite content in your YouTube recommendations. Alongside that, using code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop helps support the channel so he can continue to put banger content in your YouTube recommendations. Not to mention that you will get this content every week on Friday at 12 p.m. EST. And hey, it might even solve the problems of you not being able to pull women.
Oh, no way, really?
Of course not, you idiot! So subscribe to Little Smurf and use code LilSmurf in the Fortnite item shop today! And now, back to your regularly scheduled programming. I first want to talk about the map, and this is immediately a step up from Chapter 5. We have 18 POIs on the map, which is just absolutely insane. That is a crap ton of POIs. And the diversity in these POIs is extremely big too. You can go from a futuristic city on the seaside to a giant bridge to just a normal gas station to a Japanese dojo to like a giant village of Japanese inspired huts. It's all so diverse and immediately makes it a step up from Chapter 5. Chapter 5, almost every single POI felt extremely similar because it was either big city or big house, and that was really it. And while you could make the argument that it's the same thing, but this time it takes place in Japan, I don't know, I just like the way these POIs are. It just feels so much more diverse, and you can actually explore around all over the place. There's little mini landmarks that you can find. There's so many things about this map that just make it so much better, including the graphics. This map is absolutely gorgeous. It's insane how beautiful this map is compared to the dull, sort of realistic style of graphics that they went for in Chapter 5. This is so much more vibrant and colorful and looks a lot like Chapter 4, which in my opinion was peak Fortnite graphics. For one thing, Bullet Drop was found dead in Atlanta. Rest in piss, you will not be missed. The hit scan meta feels so much more satisfying to actually hit your shots without having to line up your shots and then account for bullet drop, and then each weapon has different amounts of bullet drop, so you gotta take into account each weapon. It just made it so much more overcomplicated than it needed to be. But here, the SMGs, the ARs, the shotguns feel good. I am so glad that we have an actually decent shotgun meta for once in what seems like years. Chapter 3's shotgun meta was absolutely terrible. Chapter 4's shotgun meta was pretty good, and then we went to Chapter 5, where the meta was absolutely terrible. It was either pick up the Gatekeeper or the Frenzy Auto for the entire chapter. But here, each shotgun and each gun for that matter has its trade-offs. You can pick up an auto shotgun that deals pretty good damage, but it shoots 2 bullets at a time and takes a really long time to reload. The Sentinel pump doesn't really have any downgrades, it just works like a usual pump. The Oni shotgun works pretty good. It takes 2 shots and doesn't do that much damage, but it does reload really fast. It's just there's so many things to take into account with this loot pool, and it makes it feel so satisfying to use. I also really love the mobility this season. It feels so good. Shockwaves were added, the Void Mask is insane. It could be a little bit annoying to fight against, but it is insane for mobility. People are talking about the katanas because of their crazy damage or how broken they are, but I don't see enough people talking about the mobility aspect, which is really good. You basically sprint and you get to go slightly faster and you drain stamina less. You can also jump higher, get some in-air dashes. It just all feels really good and satisfying to use. We also got some really cool new running mechanics like roll landing, ledge jumping, wall kicking. It all feels so satisfying to use. This makes the movement feel so much more fluid and makes it feel like Fortnite is genuinely trying to lean into this samurai theme, because when you're playing, you genuinely feel like a samurai. I could maybe see a problem with this stuff being integrated into the Chapter 1 OG, so I wouldn't be against the Chapter 6 mechanics not making it in, but I still do think that we need sprinting, sliding, and mantling in the mode, otherwise it's just gonna feel really slow. Now, let's talk about some things that I don't like. One, there's certain aspects of hit scan that I did not miss. For example, the red-eyed sights. The Red-Eye Assault Rifle and the MK7 Assault Rifle should have taught Epic a lesson that hit scan red dot sights don't really work. But I guess they didn't learn their lesson because they brought them back and they are just as broken as ever. The Hollow Twisted AR, when aimed down sights, has no bloom, no recoil, and no bullet drop off. When we said we wanted hit scan back, we didn't mean it like this. These weapons absolutely shred, and especially in zero build, it is so easy for you to just die in 2 seconds with you not being able to do anything. So here's my proposal: when you aim down sights with a red dot, then it becomes bullet drop. I think then it's okay. But when you switch to iron sights, it's hit scan. I feel like that's a fair trade-off that would not only nerf red dot sight weapons, but also be able to add a little bit of a twist on the gameplay. Also, the katanas are extremely broken when it comes to damage. While I haven't had too many encounters with them, the times that I have encountered them, they were extremely broken and there was almost nothing I could do to counter them. Which, if you don't know, has been sort of a problem with the mobility items that Fortnite had added recently. The Kinetic Blade, the Nitro Fist, the War Machine's Jetpack, all of these things had insane mobility, and you could almost never be able to fight against them. You were basically cooked. They didn't really require any skill. You would just fly around and then just spam click at your opponents. Don't get me wrong, these weren't nearly as bad as the pre-nerf Kinetic Blade or the Nitro Fist, but they're still pretty bad. Also, XP this season is so bad. As of recording this video, Epic Games did buff the XP, but it's not really a whole lot, and they didn't increase the rate that you get XP, so it still feels extremely slow and clunky. For some unknown reason, Fortnite just decided to nerf the XP from daily to weekly caps, which is really stupid. Not only that, but they also removed milestone quests. Why? These weren't any hard challenges to do, they were just something that you would get done by just playing the game. It was a nice, easy way for you to actually level up in a relatively quick time. But I have played this game for 4 hours and I've gained a total of 1 level. That is a big problem. I shouldn't play BR for that long and only gain 1 level. Then all of the daily quests are merged for some reason. There's no more reload dailies. It doesn't look like there's any quests in reload at all. It's just all so dumb. And then bots are still an extremely big problem, but that's a video for another day. Quick update, as I was recording this video, Fortnite OG dropped, so let me talk about that. It's really fun, I like it a lot. It's fun to actually play a true OG recreation with old gun models, old sounds, old mechanics, and all of this old stuff being thrown in to give us a true OG experience. With that being said, the Chapter 1 Season 1 map is still extremely boring. There is way too much open space on this map. I honestly don't see myself playing this too often compared to Chapter 6. I am enjoying Chapter 6 way more than I'm enjoying OG. With that being said, OG is by no means bad. It's super fun. I like it a lot. Fortnite cooked. And Fortnite cooked with this whole chapter. Except for this loading screen, brother. With that being said, comment down below what you think of the chapter. Like and subscribe. Use code LittleSmurf in the Fortnite item shop. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.